Manitoba, baby. What's good? Excelente. Where the fuck have you been? Look at you. What's your job? Sucking dicks? I was gonna say, dog, you're an all-star. I didn't suggest this earlier. Dog, so what do you do? That's cool, and that's a real job. Good on you, dog. Wow. That's great.
Well, Michael, this is exciting stuff. You guys have any
Excellent.
actually grew up with real life?
I beat you up. You texted. Yeah, I was on the bus. I beat you up with my book bag with my lunch in it.
Yeah, that makes sense. My mouth being very bloody. I think it was the first one, though. I remember the rinsing out my mouth in the water fountains.
Pardon me? Yeah, I have. That's the bitch who got arrested, right? Yeah. I fucking hate that I know who that person is, but yeah, I remember when that all went down. That's like Wacky Flanker's friend. Yeah, so here's a fucking crazy story that I heard. All right, so this bitch is what's called, I don't know, she's got a pay pig now. Some dude who just literally pays her to like abuse him. They're in a car together. She starts abusing him too intensely. He gets locked up or whatever. That becomes a big deal on Kick because Kick is just filled with like people who want drama, and so people just like start flipping out over it. Come to find out, Wacky had met this woman or was like friends with her. Um, in fact, it was really strange the timing of it. 2 days before, he's like, Rabbi, you know who Jordana or whatever is? I'm like, no, I didn't do that. He's like, okay, well, you know who Andy Dick is, right? I'm like, yeah, I know who Andy Dick is. And he's like, all right, well, exactly. So apparently, like, Jordana and Andy were friends, or I don't know, with Andy, I have no idea. And exactly. But Wacky Flanker had met Andy Dick, and if you know anything about Andy Dick and his reputation, at least in LA, he has the worst reputation of like any celebrity. He will sexually assault you. I mean, I have friends of mine who have been sexually, at least like tried to be sexually assaulted by him at like 7 in the morning in like Beverly Glen with like walking their dog. Basically, he does not. So anyway, I know this about him, and Wappy Flake started saying like, yeah, Andy Dick is like on Kick a lot. I'm like, what do you mean, like Andy Dick from News Radio? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. Um, and like within like a day, it was like I watched him the day before Jordana's arrest, and um, Andy Dick. I feel really badly for him. I mean, I know some people are like, fuck him, he deserves everything that he gets, but man, it's a tough world when you were like basically at the doorstep of stardom and Hollywood rejected you. Exactly. Now, right, right. Oh, yeah. So then there's that. The Phil Hartman. Dog, have you ever heard this theories about Phil Hartman? That's ridiculous because like really nobody was a huge fan of that show because it got moved around so much and it just wasn't. I mean, there were people who were fans, but they weren't like Simon Kelly for fans. It's in the hall or whatever. Yeah, she's a really pretty lady. I honestly think that show suffered because it didn't have a hot enough chick. I hate to say it, but it had some pretty good looking chicks. But it's like Friends had three fucking bottom, well, two fucking bottoms, and I don't know. I felt like there were almost too many characters. That's kind of where I felt they were like they didn't have one really hot girl. They had like three pretty hot girls. Um, and they didn't have like I don't know the lead. Oh, they're all cute. They're all cute. But I just think like in the '90s, you got to put actors in the seats if you want people to watch you all the time. And I that show it was almost like too many powerful leads that I couldn't really like. It didn't have one lead. Like, or I guess I compared it to show like Friends or something called no, not at all. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's talk about Phil Hartman for a second. Have you ever heard the connection between Phil Hartman and? Now, I'm not saying I believe it, I'm just saying this is one of the theories that he faked his death and became Jesse James. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever heard this theory? Exactly. Okay, so here's what you got to do. Okay, well, certainly you can take that role. Um, I've also heard the theory that Danny Bullock was a man, and like it's a big joke that the reason why her last name is Bullock is because that's like a name for testicle. And no, I don't know if this is true or not. If you look at some pictures, there's some evidence. Now, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I just get bored of celebrities being dead, I guess. And so I listen to fucking theories and other things. But actually, this one wasn't so strange. It was like Phil Hartman really hated it. And basically, there was an opportunity that he saw somehow through some deep state. They wanted an example to kill off a celebrity. Like it's like the CIA came. I'm not saying this happened, but he was always a man of a thousand voices, and they came to him and said, and it wouldn't even probably be the CIA because I think it's Canadian, right? What's it called? Hartman Canadian? I think it's right. I think he was Canadian, but nevertheless, I had heard that, or I should say that he died. No, he didn't die. He faked his death and would wear a Jesse James mask. And you can actually tell if you look really carefully those pictures of Jesse James, there's like a little cutout in the eye. And anyway, it would make a lot of sense. I mean, none of this makes sense. But if it were to go down this way, that he was the like they would talk about Biden and things like that. Well, this was like the first This was like a test run of all of that technology. This was before Tom Cruise came out with Mission Impossible and ripped off a mask. It was basically like, will this work? Let's make you some random ass motherfucker from Orange County Choppers who no one has heard of, and you still get to live like a really nice life, and we'll hook you up with like Sandra Bullock or something. Look, I'm not saying this is true because then that guy went down to be like a huge white supremacist or something. Now that I think about it, which is like, why would they bring down their own guy? Anyway, it's a theory that I've heard about Tom Hartman. It's really the only theory that I know about him. Everything else has been like, I don't want to say everybody who's like him. He's been a dick. He was a dick to a lot of people. Even like Joe Rogan was like, when Phil Hartman first came to the show, he was very standoffish. He was like better than everybody. He was the best at and everything. To be honest with you, Phil Hartman stuck around in my opinion, SNL too long. He didn't ever get movie star status, and I think that it used to be bigger. Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, Chris Rock, like Michael. You can name like 10 guys from the '90s who all had. Let's not just talk about like a movie franchise. Okay, we had, in my opinion, we had Tim Meadows with the Ladies Man. That was a real fucking movie. Rob Schneider was Goose Bigelow. Uh, Adam Sandler was like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Chris Rock. Oh yeah, so Chris Rock became he did movies. I can't think of any movies that he did, but what? There you go. I think he did Betty Daycare too. Okay, Eddie Murphy who did Coming to America, Beverly Hills Cop, all that shit. Like he was bigger than perhaps any stand-up, young stand-up ever. You've got John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd who did Blues Brothers, so that's like 9. You've got like Chevy Chase did Caddyshack and all kinds of shit. So that's 10. Okay. Now I understand that we've given them more time, but none of those movies have come out recently. Those all came out in like 3 or 4 years of those guys leaving the show. Look at Fall Thunder. Never had. I don't know if he was ever in a movie. I'm sure he was in something, but he wasn't ever like, there you go. Oh yeah, Wayne Brooks, Dan Carver, Mike Myers. And then you got Austin Powers, which became powerhouse. Like Austin Powers, I'm telling you, would be so much bigger right now if it wasn't for the misogynistic aspect of it. Dog, they called Beyonce Pussy Galore or Pussy something like that. No, Pussy Galore was a real fucking. Her name was even more was like racist. Foxy, Foxy Cleopatra. That's kind of racist. I mean, come on, right? It plays off of it, but then you an African community. Yeah, exactly. Right. I believe it was Ptolemy. Ptolemy. He took it after right? That's all correct. and then Augustus, just like a titty. All right. Okay. Have you ever seen Coco Chanel? Yeah, he said, okay, good. So I've seen his face. I mean, literally, titties. So she was seen as a bosomy lady. Like she had bosom, she was bosom, but looking at her, she looks like a normal old lady. Isn't that amazing? Like you look at a picture of her and today we're like, she looks literally like any lady I've ever seen. But then she was like the highest form of style with giant tits. This would be like fucking Pamela Anderson. Yeah, I mean, when I first, I don't know how it was a few years ago. First time I looked at the picture, you're like, what does it look like? Um, I was, I was like, wow, I expected it to look like kind of looks like some regular ass, but wow, yeah, cool. Um, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look up Jesse James and who's the other? Will Hart. Oh yeah, no, it's not gonna be. And I need to look at it, like, yeah, I'm a bit. I don't. I'm gonna go to dog. This would be. This would be the. This would be like right after. You remember, people were like, look really closely at this new Jesse James guy's face, and it doesn't look like this guy has been involved in this more. Okay, so what is Phil Hart? Jesse, dude. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to do that, but at least in some videos, there's a. I mean, the easiest way to give this away. I haven't looked into this very much. Wow. Um, what color were Phil Hart? Now they can change the color of your eye. Everyone who has brown eyes technically has blue eyes underneath. So yeah, so eye center, eye institute. Right. Um, They put blood in this bitch's eyes. Oh, I see what you're saying. I guess. Yeah. Okay, I found one of these sites. These sites used to be so much more common than they once were. I mean, I knew you were going to find it. I didn't think I would find it. Here's what it is. The comedic legend department is what I mean. The CIA, FBI, LAPD, coroner, and the last inspired the man of a thousand and one faces Phil Hartman to fake his death in 1998. Nice try, Phil. Clue number one. Phil Hartman's name. Now, I didn't know this. I still don't know this. I hear this shit about Elvis. Phil Hartman's name was actually misspelled on his original tombstone. Actually, though, yeah, they did. Well, it is not true. But I guess it's appropriate. But, okay, so what? Well, it is. I mean, like, we kind of nice try. Oh no, 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 no. I'm telling you, I can picture Rogan on board with this. I'd be like, dog, haven't you been to this guy's website in 1999? This is like a pre 9/11 website now. Okay, so here's clue number two. I was 36 and I had to quit acting because it was so Phil Hartman, 1984, after 16 years of it, police left South and aging hormone steroid. Phil Hartman transitioned himself to Jesse James, the overrated, overpriced custom motorcycle before and after. Notice the looking bright blue eyes, dark age spots seen on foreheads and receding hairlines. Phil Hartman, aka Jesse. Phil Hartman is real of his childhood altercation. Alleged undercover CIA operative Phil Hartman, aka Special Agent Jessica. Jesse James, 66-year-old man. Jesse, you look so sad. Okay, so yeah, terrible. It's a terrible website. It's absolutely terrible. Okay, so for clue number one, Stone means his actual family. He'll drop the end. Clue number two, um, they just talk about John Candy. Look, I I don't. If you were to ask me, do I think they're the same person? I would say no. I really don't. There's just not enough evidence, in my opinion, to be like, yeah, got to be more than ear or eye color. If you want to go to this, it's FSTD. I don't want to send this. I'll tell it to you. I don't want to be seen sending this uh, website anywhere because it's filled with garbage. F S T D T .com / T T is in T is in yeah, S is in Cindy 95. So it's fstdt.com / TS 95. Correct. Oh, this was terrible. Oh, tight. She said, what did she say? She back on something? Yeah, it does. I like the comment. Like, websites just to let you comment on stuff. That shit, crazy shit was. I love that. The absolute best comment page of any website in the history of mankind, without a doubt, was ESPN. ESPN used to allow a comment section. And the comment section was literally the funniest thing I've ever seen on the internet. No matter what the fucking ESPN story was, like the entire sports universe would shit on it. So they'd be like, ESPN announces new um, partnership with Texas Longhorn football. And it'd be like, oh, it looks like the Longhorns are going to eat pack for 10 years. And like, they'd be just like, boom, 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 boom. Everything they put out was negative. The most, um, like the last thing that they ever got comments on, the last thing was a Tim Tebow article that was like the most viewed article in the history of the website. And it was so funny. They shut down comments for every single person except one guy. For some reason, one guy had like some kind of glitch in the system, and so he could still count it down for like 2 years later. And he kept doing it until they fucking figured that. It's just a very funny like war of the internet. But once they took that away, and then they started to take away the ability to comment on newspaper articles, and then they had to make you be a Facebook person, and then they took that away. Now people don't have a way to say this is absolute horseshit. I love that shit. Now I haven't been. I mean, I've just been to that one place. But let me take a look. What do we have? I love Lebanon because it's free. Like as much as I, dude, I've heard that guy. For some reason. I mean, I know the last because it's like I mean, it's hunter, like a Greek god hunting, and that's a legend where is that a ridiculous? No, that's just the last name. I don't know if that's his real last name. Oh, I know. I would tell you this though. I mean, this goes against mainstream history, but I don't think Hitler died. There's too much evidence that he survived in Argentina. There's photographic evidence. It's like I don't believe. I can show you a picture. Hitler was fucking Brazilian. Right. You know, no, I know, but it's kind of one of those things. You mentioned it in open society, you are deranged. looks ridiculous. It looks more like Germany down there than Germany. Exactly. Exactly. We did it. And like the environment, the landscape looks exactly like it. You can take a picture from Argentina and tell me it's Bavarian Germany, and I can't tell the difference. Right. I agree. Um, in terms of that Orion diagnosis, I don't agree with it. It was just something. Whenever I hear in the back of my head, I always think about this one theory that the same thing happens when I've heard about any of the celebrities who've been talked about like this. Eminem, Taylor Swift, who's that bitch? Avril Lavigne, whatever, whatever. I'm just saying, if they, if they, if if they, let me think, if they wanted to, they can punch it off. I don't really judge it, but I don't always believe in it. I think that there is a calculated plan to like defeminize and demasculinize the man, make people kind of this amorphous sexuality, and then there would also be a plan. Like, imagine you and I were at the end of the world, and it would be like, okay, nobody can arrest because we control all the police and governments. So let's try some crazy. Let's take a celebrity, let's turn him into a woman, and then let's or not yet. Let's just take a random dude, turn him into a woman, and then put him out or her out into society and see if we can pull it off. And anybody who says anything against them will just say interference. And um and then you and I just I think that if that hasn't been done, which I think it has, if it hasn't been done, it's just an inevitability. So when people start saying that Taylor Swift isn't anyone or Avril Lavigne, Marshall Mathers, or any of these other people, I may say that I I don't know. I'm not. I wasn't there. But one of these times, they're gonna say this, and it's gonna be like the Biden man. The Biden, they have a replacement. Joe Rogan. This guy was like 6'4", and he's walking next to Joe Biden and making him look very short. Like, who the fuck is this guy? That's not. And nobody talked. Did you ever? I'll remind you, very, very. I think about two things a lot since COVID. One, I thought about immediately was this story of and it depends where you're from, but it's the sky is the sky is and like basically there were all these people just shouting shit around that time, like the sky is and here we are. Still fucking living. The second one is there's this called the Great House Detective, and um, it's based on like yeah, exactly. So if you've ever read it, it has this plot to kidnap the queen, and he makes it a robotic thing that they like turn the teeth in the back. If you remember, he like goes out and says everything to them. To me, that's predictive programming. And they're not doing that in the United States. They're doing it somewhere. Word dog. It's very unlikely when you see like they took the queen in front of kids and replaced her or like a mouse. Who's to say they can't do that with COVID? And then when anybody says, "Dog, that's not the same motherfucker," all they have to say is, "Dude, you live in a fantasy land. What do you think this is? The Great Mouse Detective?" And they make a meme about you, and then you're done. Yeah, a terrible. Right. Never seen a movie like this. Yeah, exactly. But I imagine it would be like in 1984 where they say 2 plus 2 equals 5, and you can't go against like anybody to say that. And I just imagine a guy who's saying 2 plus 2 is 4, and he's like falling down into a pit. But like he's held back. He knows that that's true. But he's been gaslit in the whole society to believe this other thing, and there's nothing he can do about it. Sure thing, big dog.
No, I'm kidding. So you're saying it up in the air?
Yeah, they're holding my fucking feet, dude. And
So you're laying on your back. Oh shit, Shanks is about to butt rape you. Hell yeah, he wants to find Waldo again. No, Alexis, stick over here. I don't want you falling off the stage after all this.
I'm
This has
fine.
already been like an ECW death match getting you up here tonight.
I know.
No, it's okay. No, stop starting chants, sir. I know the guy with the dreads loves starting chants.
That's one of my good buddies right there.
Really? That's it? Wow, you guys are shaped exactly alike.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Have you
I would ask you, but what McDonald's you guys met at, but I know it's in Steelhead, everyone.
yeah.
Wow.
So you like your legs?
But
You like your legs above your husband's shoulders?
Oh, yeah.
you're laying on your back in bed, supposedly, right? It's not up in the air with your feet.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Your husband lifts you up like that?
Yeah.
Is he here tonight?
No.
Of course. Perfect.
No, he doesn't.
Because that would have been great.
He hates me.
So he isn't here?
No.
And eat your butt or your front?
Both.
Oh, shit. Wow. Okay. All right. That's beautiful. He's a fucking war hero. Has he been in his former military, right?
For sure.
Is he really, or is that another one of your weird lies, like I'm a police officer?
It's a weird lie.
This is the weirdest episode of Live PD I've ever been on. And, right now, she's just running from a crime. She has no idea. We have no idea. Okay, Alexis Chainsaw Massey. Hey, you know what? I'll tell you this. Literally, one of the top 7 female comedians I've ever seen in my entire life on your very first time.
In Cleveland, in the month of December.
All the ladies are mad at me tonight. They hate me tonight. Okay, this has been a long episode already. What do you guys think? We should do one more? This is a long one. We're already 2 hours in. But you know, Cleveland, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, fucking all this stuff, all those keywords that you guys are actually staying here for. That means a lot to us. You know what I mean? Good to be home. Okay, all right, here we go again. A lot of female energy on this show. This is amazing because literally last night I think it was one of the first episodes ever in the show's history with 0 women signing up for the show. But here's another one. Make some noise for Teresa Rabbits, everybody. Here
I could tell
go.
this has been going to be good.
Oh, Teresa Rabbits. Hell yeah. This is very exciting. This show has had a theme to it almost tonight. And here we go. Come on. Make some noise for Teresa Rabbits, your final comedian of the night. Cleveland, come on. Let's do this shit.
Thanks, Cleveland. My name really is Teresa Rabbits, and my friends do call me Bunny when they want to piss me off. I mean, I hate that shit. I tell them all the time, cut it out. I'm going to be leaving here tonight, and I know a couple of you are going to go, hey, Bunny. It's not funny, okay? Just back off. I had a rabbit as a pet as a kid, and I killed it. Accidentally. I'm not a monster. I'm not a monster. I was a kid. I took much better care of Mr. Rabbits. I mean, he left anyway, but there was no throwing a carrot bag on his cage when I went out to play. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, I went to a Catholic school as a kid. Okay. You know, they tell you when you're in school, in the Catholic school that you'll get the calling from God if you're supposed to be like a nun or a priest or something. And I thought, I had no self-esteem whatsoever. And I'm like, what if I'm not listening? What if I go to hell because I didn't listen to God? Oh my gosh. So my teacher said, go talk to Father John. And Father John said, come on in. Shut the door. Stuck his hand on my pants. But to his defense, I had no boobs and short hair. He probably thought I was a boy.
Hey, look at that. Absolutely. Teresa Rabbits coming through. Look at you. There is hope. How long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
About 30 years.
30 years? Wow. Look at you. Teresa Rabbits. 30.
Took some time off in between. I had a kid and I went to school and kept going to school. And
Absolutely. Shanks.
Yo, real was you meeting?
Welcome.
Good question. Were you meeting on the Drew Carey show based in Ohio? No? I have a follow-up question. Were you Drew Carey on the Drew Carey show?
You just do that in your house? Oh, tight. Cool. And your parents are cool? Super cool. Dude, I know you bitch about these people, which I understand, but they're pretty cool. Yeah, man. Have things been good? That's fucking amazing. You were never gonna talk. Definitely. Definitely. Dude, free room and bonus. STFU. Right. Well, they could have just abandoned you, and they didn't. And I think that's cool. Are you gonna? Are you? Damn, that's some solid shit. Are you putting the streaming like? Dog, my absolute opinion is where it's at. When um, you're at such a special time in the industry. This is a brand new platform. It's like telling you about YouTube and just like expecting you to become a YouTube creator and just dude, do it once a day. That's all I'm saying. You do it once. You don't have to do your whole life. I get that. Bonkers. But if you do it once a day, you will build a real audience. People will connect you. This time next year, you won't have to be going anywhere because you'll be KCIP. You'll have sponsorship. Okay, so let's talk about let's talk about no. What video? Okay, that's um. There's a thought of not going. Like, I think this is just my opinion. Take it for what you will. And I a lot of times don't like when people give me their opinions. Apologies in advance. But let me just say that you can either go on and stream and say, I'm going to stream Bloodborne game, which has like, I don't know, 100 people watching it, or just do just chatting, which has 50,000 people doing it. And you're doing something. I just think it's like maybe they're not so engaged with Bloodborne, but they don't care about that. They just want to see you. Okay, so what I'm saying, my suggestion is do just chatting. Don't do like other that kind of stuff. I think you'll get more visitors. It's a good topic, though. I mean, I when I'm do I regret like I said do I regret getting banned? I didn't come for it. I tried to speak and Kick has come to me through people, through their creators, and told me, look, if you what will it take to have you stop? And I'm like, really? I just need a shout out from a big influencer, like a retweet. That's what I need. Something that I can put a bunch of retweets behind and stuff. And uh, I'm like, I don't want any money. I don't want anything like that. I just want something, and if possible, just to get out the word. Because I know I have so much fucking content that people. I'm unique. Everybody else gets sick of seeing like like all their shit because then they have so much of it. But it will take years, literally, see anything that I have. You're never gonna. So, like, if you, I'm assuming that you always have your shit. Okay, so with that said, oh no, but AI, and AI is gonna be able to cut this shit up and take all the really interesting shit and make it my day, and then scientists in the future can study the other stuff, and things about human behavior, and human bathing, human emotions, and human eating habits and sleeping habits and circadian rhythm. All that other shit is still important data, just not for entertainment purposes generally. Okay, so that's exactly. You can see it. Go on my Instagram. Yeah, I have myself peeing regularly, pooping regularly, and throwing up. I throw up on camera. Absolutely. Let me think. I absolutely, 100%. Dude, that's what I'm looking right now. Is my alleged sex tape on Instagram, and I say 18 plus only. But basically, if all these groups can advertise their OnlyFans, why can't I advertise my And the hilarious thing to me is this: no one else has the confidence to be able to. Here I am. There's no chick. The fucking sex tape. Do with it what you want. I'll tell you what. There's so many chicks DM me like, "Oh my god, they're so hot," etc., etc. Just to be able to see like a man by himself and do that. No one else has that. I've never heard. I'm not even informed. Is that a thing? In my opinion, maybe it is. I guess male is solo masturbatory, but I've never watched it. So I don't get it. I it's anyway. It's a really unique thing. It's totally, absolutely gratuitous, disgusting, and all the other. But at the end of the day, if I get you to see that, you will never ever forget that. And that's what I'm doing. Once you see that, I will be in your head so rent free. Not only will my mind be in your head, but I'll be in your sexual fantasy section. And that's the thing. Girls fucking DM me. They used to text me when I had a line, and they would just tell me how happy it was. And that they one I go back to okay. She's actually in Harry Potter. I won't feel her name, but she's in here. No, you're good. Um, okay, so you know, but I had to choose my um strategy because did you see that somebody and said the head in on kick a middle finger? Did you see this? Okay, so he did it on a live stream. He went back. Basically, somebody said they were and sent him a middle finger just like this. Looks like a middle finger. And they sent and while I wouldn't it's just not in my character to do that. I wouldn't look up your address and look up where you live and send you something out of hate. That's not how I do it. But somebody did. Now, is it fun? Not really. I can see how somebody would think it's fun. So they retweeted this. Yeah, that's well, it wasn't like that. It was like, oh, and it was so I think so. What did I do? I had to write a note, like, hey, like I did not do this. And I don't know if it, but I know like, he talked about it. He's like, walking around all the time. I have to block him. Like, you don't know what to do. This guy he's everywhere. He's he follows. He did, it's another one. He has enough ideas to stop him, and now he sends. And I'm like, dude, I did not. It works with that. Yeah, famous. No, they did. They did. The guy who did the video was in the video the week before and the following week. They're very good friends. He's the top employee at Kick. He's not the CEO. He's the head former former bunch. And I mean, you can watch the video if you want. It's at read. Oh, but I had to make him. But I mean, so I built five. Okay, I had 4 computers. One of them went down. Just think the fucking power went down. I couldn't. I'm not gonna fuck with it anymore. I need it. If I ever have to do hacker any kind of other bullshit like that. So I'm like, but it's like I'm in one of my and it was a really good, probably one of the so I had to just learn. So I still still going, and then I was, you know what, I really need to make up for my other computer. So I got 5 phones, and I just these things get put last time, and I tried all kinds of like um like I could have if they spam people though, they get banned. And then I have to ban it. And I have to I have to create an account and put in passwords and shit. And although I can't automate all of that, it's like I still have to do it. And I don't want to have to do shit. So what do I? How do I do? I I've just created them. Yes, it's absolutely. So most of my join Rabbi Discord, and then they say like they'll say join Rabbi Discord, and then they'll put the link. And normally um, they the user has to join Rabbi Discord. Okay. So when big staff comes in, it's pretty easy for them to find the ones that start JOINRAB, and we're like, this is how many of these accounts I have. All right. Well, then I come out with 5 other accounts, and I don't have those with the name Rabbi, anything like that. They just have funny names. I took any brand, or I took like these sections, but they're not. And what I do is I go to stream and I turn on the bot. And what the bot does is just create clips, and it just creates clip after clip. It just says Rabbi Rothschild Discord with this. That's it. And all these rate, why did you like, I'm just curious. Why do you just create with them, et cetera, et cetera. So that's good. I had I think really great interview last night with a guy. He's he's friends with me in Boston. His name is Flax, and wouldn't this Flax A life, and so I saw this. Well, so here I can talk about it all day, but it's very the actual creating here, and if they usually stop and they want to do this, I'll continue. But I thought I just you will Rabbi and these fucking traders come out immediately and like, Rabbi, you're the famous man. We can stop spending like that. So that's what and I got into extinction and wind up loading attention and all this other good shit that we talked about. And he's like, I'm really sorry. We were talking about work and all this other shit. And I didn't want to be there really long. That's the thing that I found. I don't want to push this on people. And also, it goes back to George Costanza. Leave them wanting more. Like, all right, I'm out of here. Thank you. And then you just bounce. And people are like, wait. That's how you believe. You don't want to be like, and then there's this. Yeah, we did it. We know it. It says video. Okay. That's okay. Appreciate it. Cool.
See? Caspian Sea. Caspian Sea.
So she just has her. Oh, cool. So she started. There you go. How was that? Oh, no way. Yeah. Hey, this not paying. You know what I find about this girl? She's a lot older than I was. I know. I thought. I mean, I would call her great. I think she's in her mid- That's exactly right. I didn't even really know the term until this bitch, and that's how. I knew that there were shit dads and shit guys who would pay chicks to fuck with them, but I didn't know it. Exactly. Dog, you are basically in crypto nowadays. They'll- What are you talking about? Fans talking about like uh, um for some reason. Yeah, sort of Reddit. You know, who does it? Dog, you are stupid, dog. Dog, great. You just said, see, like, I know the sim community, but you are so beautiful. And whatever, that's just the model of the whole community. You gotta tell this bitch what's up. No, I know. I know what you're saying. I'm just telling you that is the definition that the kids oh, we're simping all over this. Oh, okay. I believe it when I see it, babe. I wish so hard for me to stay alive. Part of me part of me wants that story to be true and be like, no way, he is the man of 1,000. Oh, that's what it was. Hold on, hold on. There's also that the man with 1,001. They call him 1,001 faces. That's what I said. Um, but because I think other people have been the man of 1,000 voices and all that other good shit. There you go. It's like, I, Sarah Jessica Parker and Beth Midler, that other lady. What are you talking about? An old moment. I'll be there. Um, okay. Well, he was in Focus. Damn, this motherfucker. Been in- Do you think he was ever on? Do you think he was ever on? No way. Was he ever on? I don't care. I'm reading this television. Just like you are. This is the reason why. Like, he was in Living Color, and I was literally on the page. Oh no, wait, was he? Exactly. Um, no, no, but let me tell you, I just used a word. I just used a word that isn't. It will be in the future. Do you know what word it was? Televisionography. Yeah. They say filmography, and then they just say television. No one uses the term televisionography, and that's not properly what it is. I bet that's already. It sounds a lot like. I'm telling you, it's just televisionography. It's people are gonna. It's gonna be keep it simple. They're not gonna do. Let's go with the abbreviation and then symbology. What it television to T-volugy. It's hard to say. Or you could just say, right now you already say television. You're already saying television. So you just have to add ography. It's television ography. It's like simple. Nevertheless, uh, Wikipedia and then television. That it just and that's what it is when it comes to like the Greek thing. All this. Let's look up. You're right. He can't see. It's not a filmography. I want it to be. What you're saying makes a lot of sense, but it's just not what filmography is a list of films related to something, related by some period. For example, a list of films. Now, I want to. So that's what you need to. You know who you're dedicating it to. You know who's like. I've already said this here like 3 years ago. That's what I was um. It's going to be the same person who motivated it 3 years ago. I agree with this one. You know exactly that. It'll be prevented. There you go. But dude, can I tell you when I first started this 3 years ago, more than 3 years ago, I had a countdown to fucking getting on a 100th birthday. Every single day, 100 days out. I did the math. And this is like way in the early parts of it. So when people watch this in the future, it'll be like in reverse, and it'll be like this countdown to me fucking Betty White, and the stupid bitch dies on the 1 yard line. But it was very funny. Every single day, I'm on the golf course, and I'd be like, 94 days until Betty White. And I had to do it to be like January something. I can tell you that, I think, just because how it's something like that. Yeah, and I was fucking really absolutely. And that was on my phone, a countdown. It's like a thing, every single thing, right? I'd be like, all right, 54 days until Betty White gets fucked. And it was like a whole thing that I did these little, I don't want to say it was a skit, but just be like, I'm talking to the camera and I didn't have anything to say. I'd be like, Betty White's counting this bitch down to 100. We should fuck her on the 100th. Here, this is what I thought. I'm going to be famous in a couple months of streaming because no one is as cool as I am. Like, that's really what you think. That you're going to be a huge audience, but it just really didn't happen. So, here I am, countdown to Betty White, and the bitch dies like 20 days before her 100th birthday. Oh, that's another thing. I took that another thing that I have this so like I'm not a right, but I would do funny thing. So when I first started this streaming, no one like I didn't have anyone to talk to. So I would just call out celebrities, just every celebrity out there, just put these fucking weird mismatches together, and then just, like even just sometimes pretend like if fucking George Clooney were here, what the fuck would you think? Whatever. And I did this. It was very involving. It was like that. It's just, but I didn't do much anymore. People speak, but when it was like I was like it would just every single day for like I think 70 days straight. Colin, we ready, girl? I'm gonna fuck you until you're back on the Mary Tyler Moore show. Bitch, I'm gonna fuck you back to Cleveland. Bitch, I just start just spitting game at this 99-year-old bitch. And then you see on her find out like on the radio like Betty White died today. Age 99. Motherfucker. Oh, I agree. I know it's on the early. I remember what it is. David Rockefeller. I talk about all the fucking richest people on earth, all their favorites. I shit on all, but in a nice, not really. I'll just be like, David Rockefeller, you are like you and I had letters communicating to each other. At one time, I called you King of America because it's certainly true from that dynasty. And he thinks all kinds of nice things. I mean, he's like 90. Anyway, this motherfucker ends up dying at age like 100. Okay, that's fine. Right before life extension technology moves us into mind uploading technology. It's like, motherfucker, you live your whole goddamn life and you die a couple years away. And I don't know if I fucking really believe that now at this point. You could just be killing stuff. Just say, spotlight. Give me that sweet, sweet mind uploading technology, which I think is probably more true. So I have this bit that like exactly. So I have this where it's like, imagine you never got you are over continents, not just countries. You are able to take over entire industries, not just companies, and you get to your 100th birthday celebratory and you like to fight a little thereafter. And then all of a sudden, mind uploading technology comes out. This is literally like a kick returner returning the ball 99 yards and tripping. David, how could you do this? I have these. Not that they're very funny, but in the future would be very funny. If you like, that's exactly what happened. So we have. Do you have any other? Fuck yeah! One time I spent all an entire day just calling out members of the family on Skid Row. On Skid Row, I went down to 6th Street in LA, and I was like, I don't know. So it was just, why aren't the Rockefellers cleaning this place up? Like, it is filthy. There's shit everywhere. There's homeless people. There's tents everywhere. And I'm like, like, frankly, and I just went down the line of like old Rockefellers. I'd be like, Lawrence Rockefeller, you couldn't have taken care of this corner. You couldn't have made like a little flower box here. You couldn't have made it so that somebody literally just shoot up there, shit, this all in the same square foot. You couldn't have had. I just started calling these motherfuckers out, which I think will be very funny in the future. That like, because I really do think that Sixth Street will, or I call it Sixth Street because I don't like referring to it as Skid Row, and I really want to change the name in Los Angeles. When they really do it up, they'll put like a Nike store down there and fucking Starbucks and all that kind of shit. They'll make it a really nice place, and then people will say, "Remember how bad this was?" Just like Times Square used to be, and with the homelessness and the hookers and stuff. Anyway, I did. I went down there basically to like it was like a whole fucking thing that I did just for the Rockefeller family that day. And I just thought it was so funny because it was like these two worlds. You have the Rockefellers who wouldn't ever be down here, and you got Skid Row. So I'm gonna bring them together, and I'm gonna be like, "Dog, why can't you fix that?" And I went to their family tree, and I was just like calling out members of their family. I thought it was pretty funny. I'm trying to think if I've done that anyway. I'm sure I have, but those are two that come to mind. Anyway, it's a good time. Anyway, we got all of that from televisionography. Would you want to call it biography? I kind of like that. Biography is pretty cool. It is, but I don't know. Not many people, a lot of people refer to it as TV, but not so much. I think scientifically that it works. I like it though. It's pretty easy to say now that I can topography. It just sounds a lot like topography to me, and I think it could cause confusion. Topography or topography? I get it. I get it. We'll leave it up to the people. What do you want, people? Do you want the scientifically accurate the study of television, which is what televisionography is, or yeah, absolutely. Now, or 50 years from now, and we're fucking space traveling. Okay, so agreed, dog. But time travel could be a thing. You could come back to this moment. You could do it both times if you want. If it didn't change like the overall story of time of history. Oh, oh, sure. Great word. 2074. Not that. When I was a kid, that seems like so far in the future, but now I don't joke about travel transparency. I want that to be like a bumper like of all the things to be really fucking serious about it. I don't trust it. You're like, what? How dare you? How dare you? Yeah. Um, You're into some really cool shit. Like you're into a lot of science fiction. That's cool. You're into um, what else? You're into comic books. Yeah, yeah. Let's get into that. But most of all, you're into some really esoteric subjects, and it's cool. Um, I don't know. Did I tell you about that lady's website? I know I did. I listened to it. We had a conversation. But did I tell you what I read about? Just one moment. Uh, oh, hold on. But I want to remember it, and I'm blank. I always do this. It has a legend. It has a legend. Like I always post it at the Telegram, the guy from Scientology. Help me with Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Fear 100,000. Thank you. Did I tell you about his story? Did I tell you about his story? Right. I know. That's why I wanted to bring this in. Did you read about him on the website? No. That lady, I don't like that word. By the way. If you're going to refer to that, refer to it as pirate logic. Here's why I say that. If you go and you really look it up, if you run the Earth as a simulation 1,000 times, a small group of people will control a larger group of people, and they're basically like stealing from the larger group of people. And that to me is kind of like piracy to some extent, like, like, and then when a lot of people call these theories, a lot of these theories, a lot of fucking sense to me. So they're logical. So I call it pirate logic. And the reason why I call it that is I want to avoid that. Obviously, I'm going to be pegged with it probably. And when I am, it's called pirate logic. Why? Because it's very, very smart of people to be doing that. And so I think it's logical. I don't think it's just theoretical. I think it's logical. All right. And the reason why I also say that is because if you look at the etymology of it, um, well, the actual phrase comes from a Chinese definition, but um, it's a cone, which is usually it can mean against, but it can also mean with. And um, then there's like this piracy part, which it has the word piracy in it, and so it's also lends itself to pirate logic. Anyway, with that being said, I if it doesn't make a lot of sense, it's because it's so easy to say I don't like that. I'm going to call it CT, and I don't like. I won't be able to discuss these things. So basically, use that word. And I'm using word again. Like my way to use the word against. Like, okay, you consider it. CT. I consider it out logic. Basically, the people at the top are using this kind of strategy against you. You put it in this amalgam of stuff that doesn't make sense to you. To me, it makes absolute logical sense. It's what I would be doing if I were in Sicily. And anybody else. Why? Because it is a threat to your existence. People know that you essentially could like you're in a it makes you a uh, it makes you a not necessarily a victim, but a possible. So you have to make sure you keep the screws down. I get it. That's why when people say to me, "Hey, advocate for world peace," but there's this group of people at the top. I recognize that it's an inevitability. If it weren't them, it would be just another group of people. So I don't hold them guilty. Excellent. Well, dude, whenever anybody gets video with me about this, I'm ask them, did you ever play video games like SimCity or even The Sims or Civilization or King, any of that stuff? And people be like, yeah. I'd be like, okay, did you try to win it? be like, well, yeah, okay, well, that's just what these motherfuckers have to do. Excellent. Well, okay, so here's my Hunter S. Thompson. Well, who did you just say? That's Tears for Fears. Said it twice. You dodged it. You're good, though. Yeah, no, I know. This is a fucking thing, baby. It's like, it used to be live in this fucking thing 24/7. But it just got too much to mess with all those bots. But yeah, there's a fucking channel dedicated to that song. In fact, you can go and watch the whole music video. It's in the system. You're good. Um, okay. So about Hunter S. There's something about it in my head when somebody has one of those S's or like not like a letter. Fuck. I don't know. I don't want to say it's any kind of learning disability. I'm not going to make an excuse for anything. I'm just saying that when people have those letters, I'm messing with it. W-E-E boys and like Hunter S. Thompson and even like and like it's just like I have to rethink about it. And L. Ron. Okay, well, with Hunter S. Thompson, uh, yeah, I'm going to change some of those things too. When this goes viral, we're going to change some of the things about the laws of how the Screen Actors goes, so that Samuel L. Jackson could just be Samuel Jackson. Stephen A. Smith could just be Stephen Smith. Like the reason why they had to do that is because in 1930 was a Samuel Jackson who wasn't nearly as fucking famous as Samuel L. Jackson. And I know that we like four other people. Exactly. Vivica A. Fox should just be Vivica Fox. Why? No one knows who Vivica Fox is. No one gives a shit who this bitch is. Maybe she was 400 years ago, but Vivica A. Fox shouldn't have to be gone. Vivica A. Fox, no, it's the A. Fox and all that other bullshit. All right. Come on. Hunter S. Thompson. This is important. At least on the. This was not on that. On the Harvin. This was on the lady who was like a channeler. She says, um, okay, so it goes into Dream Home and all that shit. And if you're familiar with that, I don't have to be that shit. And like Hunter Thompson for the first time in to my knowledge, like in mainstream public film, the term Dream Home. And uh, so she says on that website that while like, he got really into politics as like a gonzo journalist and stuff, and he went to Bohemian and he went to Bohemian and I assume you know. Okay, excellent. And he was part of human hunting at Bohemian Grove. And it's the first time human hunting party is taking place at Bohemian with with an individual. Maybe I had rumored, but never and here's someone who participated in it. I could see that. I could see them saying, hey, like as I understand that's what journalism is like it mixes falsities within real political and causes all kinds of confusion. It would have been very smart for someone from the CIA or someone from one of these families to look. We need somebody to put out these old stories or just crazy stuff. So that's going to be your job. Come up, hang out with us on the Mission River for 2 weeks in June, essentially, and we'll enjoy each other's company. And then we'll basically tell them, look, this is what we want you to do now. And these are some of the things that we do. Take place in here and do this shit. Anything's a possibility. I honestly, okay, so I had a dream. If if you know, like Austria, Vienna, Austria, in like X year is very with the amount of people. Vienna, Austria. Let me just look this up. It had Hitler, Freud, all these really interesting people in the same city. At the same time. You had Hitler, Stalin, Trotsky, Tito, Freud, and they were all there in Vienna, summer of 19. Okay, so I honestly think this is we were starting to how the human mind works. I mean, Freud is literally, and I have always thought to myself, and I had to think about this too, but this possibly could have been, that imagine if you were in the field, you were a vendor, or you were an expert, and you started learning about like the human mind and stuff, and then we could not only we could brainwash people, start to learn how to do it, but more importantly, we could learn hypnosis, and you could have the same people in the same place, and you would just be like, okay, you could have different generations, and I think this is definitely basically you could have called Hitler, Stalin, and Trotsky, and Tito. Freud was there, and here are going to be the roles for the coming century. This is what's going to happen. You're going to be taking care of the whole culture. You're going to be comfortable with I'm going to a lot of these other guys. And then they would be like snapped out of their hypnosis, and then they would just go about their life. But they would go about like knowing that everything was going to be okay for them. Whether it's true or not, I'm not sure. But it's always something very interesting. But also, it's very interesting that people come and trust people for and Frankfurt were all the same place. I guess you could say the same about like New York City today. You got people like Donald Trump and Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and you know, I don't think Netanyahu went to New York. You could take Washington. You had Netanyahu, you had Zelensky, you had Kamala Harris, Biden. You had all these people in Washington in the summer of 2024. But here's the thing: they're all well. This would be like when I've always thought like these major figures of history were all in the same place at the same time, and that it for them they all had financial. It would have been very easy for some financial backers to be like, all right, guys, you're going to be like the super of the coming century, and we're going to send Hitler to Germany, we'll send Stalin to Russia, we're going to send Trotsky to Russia, we're going to send Tito to Spain, we're going to send Freud to keep him here in Austria. He's not meant right. I get that. Okay, it's curious, and it's different as well. It's like it's much easier to travel in modern day than it would have been 100 years. So that's why it's all really strange that I mean, if you ask me if this is high value, I don't know. I would say I think that somebody could have had one dinner with these guys and just told them, hey, here's the stuff. You're gonna be the friends of the next half century, and you're all gonna and if not, then a couple of other people. Oh, well, and it makes sense. None of these people had a um a very clean rise to the top. All of their rise to the top were kind of suspicious. Well, I don't know. Some, yeah, that's true. Remember uh, the like macro and it fucks with your computer? Yeah, you did. We're like, dude, I left it in all night, like 1,000. Yeah, it does. So, the other thing, I have to be cautious with. I have like 100 bucks listed, and I at least on my sorry, I have a limit, nothing, nothing game changing, and I have the auto, and sometimes that like donate. I am one click away from like donating 5 cents to someone, and I check something out. It's not actually hurt anybody because if it did, that's all my money. I would have to call the bank to call Wells Fargo and um and I don't even know. There's something to this. Anyway, I'm very well with that. I could remove my car, but I'm actually using a program that I would want because it's like an auto. Anyway, basically, it was like against a cliff, and that was about to piss me off. And just for 'Cause I mean, it would have been my thinking, but they make it. I wish they they made it. I understand, but it's I 25 per month. Do you have Kick, the app? Caspian Kick app? When you have, I want you to open it up and let me know. Take all the time. Yeah. So you're on iOS. Okay. So when you open, you should see at the bottom, browse, and search. You can browse. Okay. Then you should, like at the upper below that, then it says category, live chat. I want you to scroll live chat to the left, and you should see clips. Yeah. Oh shit. You see it? It is. Okay. Um, perfect. Okay, good. Yeah. it, you can watch it. It's like just a random, but um, hold on. I just, no, is that just yeah. Okay, so I'm not. No, I am. I'm. I made. So if you go to his, or go to his account and go to his. The way that is click on his name and then you scroll over near videos. That's what I do, dude. That's what I do. That Ross. He has, as, so can you see like devastating fucking strategy? I agree. So I had a kid and I'm like, hey, I made a clip about my friend, and I'm like, okay, and I would say are cool with world peace, but there is 1% I want to about it, and that's cool. We fight about it. I go, how are you going to when they force you to put on a uniform and send you and your kid from they're just good for stocks, good for economies, the suffering that happens to people who are okay. Um, but if you look, I mean, it gets that easy. So is that an example that I do? I honestly think is it's not on is Amber. She's always you can go to her, yeah, go to Amber. It's AMOURANT. And I mean, she hasn't been on for 23 hours. Whenever anybody goes to her page and look at what she's the biggest OnlyFans model. It brings up $1.5 million a month. Now it's she has maybe I should say she's been marketed as highest OnlyFans person, but I don't think that she works that's pretty on it. The celebrities make a lot of money. But you recognize like actually big fucking advertising opportunity. Exactly. And you should see what she's streaming whole fucking thing because she's always streaming at the top, and because of that, I'm always at the top. Or these bots that I create really just do the biggest. I feel that's my best opportunity at going viral with people is have a big share. Like, wait, flip this, and people will be like, dude, it's impossible to find anything in your clip. That fucking rabbi shit. And be like, who the fuck is this? Let's just go to Discord and see what's going on. Hey, you asshole, why are you fucking spamming out? That's what people do. And I'm able to anyway, so my goal, I think this is literally 50% in all that are being produced at a given time on the entire platform to say rep. Exactly. I think it's strategy. And here's the when I would spam people individually, I get shit from that because everybody's all the time. But that wasn't such a big deal because there are ways to defend against my spam. How? You turn on followers, you have to be followed for 2 days. Well, I'm fucked that. Even 20 minutes. I'm not gonna sit there with 20 minutes for you. I'll just go on to the next person. It's like a thief who's breaking his car. He doesn't want to go into the one that has to it's so much fucking worse. Go to the next one. In the exact same way, I'm spamming people the same way. But these the moderators only the person who owns the account can delete it. So that means that if Amber wanted to be fraud, she literally would have to go in and delete all of them. Do you know how much I'm living in if that is going on? So she is just allowed me to do it. And if I had to say the reality, I would say well, she wasn't as from a woman's perspective. She was the woman that I streamed long ago who was always true. I didn't consider her my competition. It was like, oh, damn, the girl who's streaming like now today has a lot fucking fun. And that was when she was on coach. But I would also say that thank you for letting me get that. I can spam her fucking account and she just lets me work. And I really think that I've torn down the moderation so much that she's just the guy to allow him to. Well, look, she's fucking streaming right now. She just started her stream 2 minutes. I mean, and the reason why I said people will think I'm fucking obsessed with this girl. It's not that at all. She's on my devices. Because she's always at the top of the stream. So right now, I am. Yeah, no, I know. No, she's an expert. She knows what's up. Um. So yeah. Okay. So that. Um. Okay. So the when you go to books and you see that, and those are the that's a really hard place. And nobody knows. You have to slide. I've been using that for like a lot, and it took a long time. However, that's just an easy way for me to make sure I'm last of the page. Exactly. Oh, I get him. I got him. Yes. In fact, I can take just fucking down his ass. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. So now I see. Believe it or not, you're never gonna. Most of the clips that you're seeing are produced. They just don't say them. Why don't they say that? I didn't check and see all these hidden, and sometimes occasionally they they're running a they run the time accidentally post the wrong thing. I noticed one that I knew, and like I had one day I, I exactly that guy. Is it Chestnut? Is the guy's name? I call him Cheetah. Um, yeah, that guy. Yeah. So I have to I fuck myself up because I actually have one footprint or whatever. So, yeah, so one that I have to change that. And I was actually normally when it's like of the I think they show 20, I'm 10. And if I'm not 10, I want to know. And usually my bot, one of them accidentally it'll click correctly, but it won't be pasting correctly, or it won't be clipping correctly. But it's a very tool. You just like, and it's automatic. Aiden Ross, and since he's at the top, it just fucking plastered. The more I think it's seemingly close. He could say, but so like yes, this has happened twice. I and all of a sudden I'll get one getting cut, and it'll be actually just the same. Who was it? Drink. So randomly, just okay, exactly. It happened yesterday. So if and here's what happened is even though the overall it's like 100,000 immediately, and the so they have to fix that up. It was only on probably 5 minutes. Right. Um, I mean, no, I haven't. Is it just their reflect their facial facial? He looks like man, looks like there's some guy who looks like oh, it's showing all this guy's kind of he just is it looks like the same picture. It's not actually. It's, I see it. I recognize these people. I mean, just like that interview with Max, like eventually dogs come. That's what like I want to. I do, but I have no. I don't have a car. My car for this. I still, like I gave up for the time being. I sacrificed everything. I have to do my own little Jerry Lewis helicopter so that I have some money. So I will do like a telethon for like 48 hours, get like 100 grand, and then I'm willing to do whatever anybody. But I don't be like, oh, okay, I'm down fucking downtown because my car got I actually do. Has it been getting- has it been hot working in dog and spring? You get killed. Right, right. Um, the the garage is